What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of SSC Podcast. This is episode 49. Can you believe it? My co-host, my illustrious co-host, Project Storm. Can you believe that we're already at episode 49? How are you doing today, brother?
Man, doing pretty good. I cannot believe that we're at 49 already, man. I don't even remember hitting 39, 29.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just flew by. Just
Absolutely.
flew by. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing all right, man. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of games out here, especially on Stadia. Goddamn. I don't even know. It's not even cool because the rest of the platforms, right? I'm trying to find gaming news that's equivalent to what we've been seeing on Stadia, and it's just not. It's nowhere close, man.
Yeah, it's
too many announcements dropping, man. Back to back. Free weekends, all kinds of stuff, man. Just like 10 games here and there, and bangers coming starting at starting tomorrow. It's just crazy. It's too much.
Some of them today. Some like with
Some
Disco
Elysium.
Elysium.
Yeah, most definitely.
Disco Elysium. What's that? Killer Black Queen. You know, there's a bunch
of Killer Queen Black.
But you know me. You know me, I'm C-now, brother. But
yeah.
But we got a hell of a show for y'all today, man. What we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the sizzling this week on Stadia blog, man. Just more surprises. Just when we thought that we had enough surprises on this week, we got even more surprises. We got a public announcement from my brother Project Storm. He wants to talk to the community about something important, you know what I'm saying? And I think it is important, you know what I mean? So we're going to turn the floor over to my brother Project Storm at that moment in time. And also, the thing that's creating a lot of buzz, Storm, in the community is this thing with Rust on Stadia. And people got a lot of angst about it. And you know, if you look deep into it from the knowledge that we have, I don't think it's something to, you know, to pull your hair out about. It's something that should, I don't want to say bring you to arms, but get you at attention and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We need XYZ. But I don't think it's a horrible thing. It's just a thing where the community, you know, needs a certain type of reaction, you know. So we're going to get into all that. With that said, let me pay the bills real quick. Today, of course, is SSC Podcast. Please ignore my original post where I said, new SML coming today. I know Project Store content. I know he wanted to say something, but ignore that. SSC Podcast number 49, of course, with me and my homie Project Storm. We air this show every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Also, the commission normally airs on Thursdays. We currently have something slotted for this week, but stay tuned. We'll get back to you about that one. That's tentative, okay? That normally airs Thursdays periodically. We got a new time schedule. We'll let y'all know about that. Thursdays at 8 p.m. though. With that being said, go on to Saturday, the real day for SML Podcast. The show also co-hosted by me and Project Storm. That's the live interactive show where we babble for a little bit, but then we turn the mic over to y'all. That airs every Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, either on this channel or Project Storm's channel. Project Storm's links are in the description, y'all. Y'all need to hit that link and subscribe to Project Storm. Y'all getting better at this because the last time we aired it on this channel, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get people saying, oh, I didn't know there was an SML. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came over there, but we can still do a little bit better. Hit that link, the Project Storm's channel, subscribe, rock that bell so y'all know when the next SML is coming. Last but certainly not least is the show that talks about everything gaming. Yang meets yang of gaming co-hosted by Storm again, Snow Bunny Gaming, and the homie Rome Rush. Every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Snow Bunny Gaming's channel. Definitely check that show out. They cover everything. It's a great, fantastic show.
I gotta check on you for a minute. Hold on, let me check on you, man. Nobody's over there with a gap, right, in your room right now, trying to hold you hostage for rocking with Stadia, right? I just want to make sure, man, because you fumbling and stumbling and bumbling and all that right now. I gotta check
me
on
in my old Milwaukee, man. You know
it's only like a couple hours for me to get up there, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
I might. Hey, look, man, it's been one of them weeks, man. I might need.
Oh man, listen, man. Hey, Moss, man. A lot is about to go down today, y'all, man.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. How many people we got in here?
We got 7. We got 18 in here right now, brother. Yeah,
we got 20 on my screen. All right, 20 on my screen. Y'all keep on coming in, man. We got a real conversation that needs to occur today. I don't want to just go ahead and hijack the pre-show and everything. But look, man, I mean the intro and all that. But we got a lot that we had to talk about, people. I can't even wait, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best.
Hey, look, I'm just gonna say this. I wiped a clean slate, but that's MM2K. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad too.
You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, I don't want you stumbling over for
me.
I'm
glad.
I can only speak for myself. When my brother's in his bag, he's in his bag, and everybody, including me, better get the hell out of the way. And we're going to have one of them say, I could be in the middle of something. He just say, Moss, I can't even hold it anymore. F that. We're going to get into it. And that's just the way it's going to be. I wholeheartedly agree with him. It is a discussion that needs to be had. So stay tuned for that one. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a real, genuine, to the point discussion. All right. With that said, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all know I love y'all. Kessel Runner in the house. Chariot Man Gaming. Good to see you, good brother. Raven Anime. Charles Aran. Ray Sherrod. Christopher Torres. He said, Project Storm, please keep MM2K today. Always picking up the wife. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying, can we get him to put today? Keep him put today. Laugh out loud. No, I'm messing with you. Hey, Torres, you know we love you, man. Thank you so much for your support. We got Elk New More Phenomet. Is this live or is this just live? Collins Dynasty, good to see you again. Bada bing! Woo! I love that. Bada bing's in the house, yo. What's up? And we got It's Artist. I got it right. In the house as well. Man, thank y'all for y'all support. Hey, just another thing, we're going to be rocking and rolling. There's an after show after this too, right? And if you stay tuned with this show, I see y'all in the chat. I see Christopher Torres, Kessel Runner. Y'all, when the after show comes, all y'all got to do is just sit back, chill, relax with y'all old Milwaukee. It's going to take you directly over there. For those of you that ain't got the little green cat ninja, whatever the case may be, like them, here's the thing. Y'all gonna miss the after show if you're not a member that's a prescription member or higher, okay? So you gotta be a prescription or a Sure Shot member to catch the after show. It's gonna air directly after this, and we got some great stuff coming on the after show. We're gonna talk about we're gonna give you a little taste of the Cloud Gamer Chronicles and how we're gonna operate with that, because just to give y'all a little taste until we're fully ready to release. One of the things that we want to cover is the tracking for Stadia news. Y'all would be surprised on what the tracking news. I was just talking to Storm about it, but what's actually tracking for Stadia? The news is positive for Stadia. For not 99% of it is positive. It ain't been this way since the SG&E stuff broke. But the news is positive. But you would be surprised what is the number one tracking story for Stadia. We're also going to talk about, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it jiggy here. Keep it even. So gamers and consumers are aware. We got to talk about the not so great week that GFN had and what their best foot forward is going to be going forward. Okay. With that said, Storm, I need to shut the hell up, and I need to ask you, what have you been playing since the last episode?
Yo, I did a whole 7-day series on Dirt 5, man. The Stadia version. I sprinkled in some bonus content. I brought the RTX 3080 in. I brought the Series X in as well, just to do like that. It wasn't even a visual comparison or performance comparison or anything like that. It was just like the game just running on all three places, you know. And Stadia being able to hold its own was eye-opening, man. Now, there is that elephant in the room, which is that damn freezing bug or issue that's happening right now at random times, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yesterday's stream, y'all, I wasn't into it the same way. You know what I mean? Because I need that to go ahead and get. And maybe it's because they announced that the patch is coming. It might already be here for PC and consoles and stuff, but I know the Stadia's patch is supposed to be coming a little bit later on. Like, who knows what that date might be? Now the game is still very much playable at 1080p. You don't get that freeze, and you all, people have been talking about it. For those who tried the game already, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's a beautiful game, and it frustrates me only because it's not a flawless game. I
Yeah.
want it to be flawless, and man, I can't lie to you because it deserves to be flawless, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the game is cool. I found out that the team from Drive Club and MotorStorm are responsible for this game, man. And
Oh,
I really
word.
rock
Oh,
with
okay.
both of those
Okay.
games. Yeah, I really, and they joined Codemasters and everything, but it's some of the same members of those teams, and you can see it throughout the game. So I've been playing that real heavy. Last night I jumped on that Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm.
Now, just when everybody's like, man, Cyberpunk's not ready, man, it's just it's a wash. They this right here is a failure. You know what I'm saying? Right when people are starting to really feel that way, I'm here to show you Cyberpunk 2077 running on Google Stadia now, playing that through the Chrome browser, the beta, right? Chrome web
Mm-hmm.
browser. Hey, bro, one of the most beautiful streams I've done. I wasn't even ready for what I saw last night.
Oh,
It was
wow.
that impressive, man. Now, yeah. So, yeah, if you're wondering whether you should jump back in, hell yeah, jump back in. High frame rate is the way to go if you want the buttery smooth experience. And I know a lot of people play at 1080p,
Yeah.
so why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was
Yep.
a hell of a time, man. I was lost in the game. I wasn't doing like a visual test, FPS test, or anything like that, like I normally try to do. Right? I was just
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the damn gameplay, yeah, man. So that right there, that was another game. And other than that, those are just the two games I really want to highlight, man, because there's so much more to talk about. I played some other games, but who cares about that?
Red Storm is ready to get into his
Who cares
message.
about that right now, man?
Hey, Storm, let me ask you, bro. Before we get into the news, you want to get into the message right now? You want to just get it out of the way, man? Because I can feel that energy, bro. What you want to do?
I just don't understand because things are not hitting the same way. They're not hitting the right way. Like when the
Yeah.
message is out there and the message seems the seesaw is not balanced right now, man.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
and it does get to you after a while. You know me, y'all. If I have something to say, I gotta say it, but at the same time, I'm encouraging everything as positivity and other people's thoughts. I respect and everything as much as possible. I'm out here putting likes on people's thoughts and their videos and their, the content or whatever. But it just gets to the time, like, I keep talking about it now. Like every show, I have to go into this, man. So that's how you
Mm-hmm.
know it's becoming a problem. It's becoming problematic.
Yeah.
And I see things. I see the reaction of the chat. I see the reaction of people in certain forums or whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
know people are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking right now, y'all. And it's just the messaging, man, has to be more balanced. So what
Yeah.
do I mean by that? Well, we'll go Geforce now yesterday. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
start it out by saying shout out to the gaming advocate, y'all. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? For keeping it real, going out there, hitting the streets early, and other people touched on it as well. I just want to throw this out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that right there. Now, Stadia's been. I'm gonna say this. Stadia's been down, y'all.
Yeah.
Stadia got pulled down for Gods and Monsters. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Stadia might have had a blip or two.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I can't remember those, but I know it went down not too long ago. I think around December or something like that. It went down when they had the outage. They had an East Coast outage, but I think I was back up in gaming within an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know how long it was, but it's never been
Yep.
too long for me to say, damn, that's a problem, Stadia.
Yeah.
Whoa, we
Exactly.
should be concerned.
Yep.
Now, it just wasn't a good feeling yesterday, man. And I'm gonna say it how I feel like, I should say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shows. It really shows now. And this could happen to anybody, y'all. It could happen to any one of these services, these companies, or whatever, right? But yesterday it
Mm-hmm.
was Geforce now, man.
Yep.
I can't help but wonder if that was Stadia that went down for that amount of time,
Mm.
and you had
Mm.
Outriders and all that coming tomorrow, Resident
Oh.
Evil 7 coming
Oh.
tomorrow, and you had all these games, Disco
Oh.
Elysium dropping on the platform yesterday or today or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that we would have heard more of, well, looks like Stadia's not ready. I guess
Mm-hmm.
these so many games stress Stadia or something like that. It would have just been so. it would have been different. And so I was expecting to see people lose their damn minds, man,
Mm-hmm.
when it came to GeForce Now. Now, GeForce Now, we just heard, was over 10 million users.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
GeForce Now is the way to go for some people who don't really rock with Stadia. GeForce Now is a better experience. GeForce Now is the bit rate is better. Everything GeForce Now is always been hyped up to be better than Stadia.
Yeah.
And then me and you, we keep telling people, yo, hold on, man. The proof is in the pudding. Look at our gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely look at my gameplay.
Yeah,
4K.
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
4K 60 most of the time, more times than not, right? So I just don't understand because, yes, some people address that. But when Stadia goes bad or goes the wrong, something happened and that's unfortunate or whatever. Oh man, people you don't even know be coming out of the woodworks, man, attacking Stadia.
Mm-hmm. It's a pounce mentality.
I'm asking, definitely, man, definitely. And then it's like, what rubs me the wrong way is that people are just like people from the community that we call community. That community has changed. There's a different look on the community from the community in 2019. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a whole different look. Man.
Absolutely.
And I won't say it's for the better when it comes to everything about the community, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying though, there's things out there. There's polls being taken and everything that kind of sway heavily toward one side, one platform, one service, other than Stadia. There's a lot of things going on, and I'll be paying attention to it, y'all. I'm a viewer just like you all, just like everybody else, just like all the other. So when I see this stuff, I think on it. When I think on it, I try to contain it, try to keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I understand the mentality. Sometimes I respect everybody's opinion and their work. Definitely the work, man, because I know how hard it is to put that work in at times, right? But what I'm saying is, man, there seems to be this collaborative effort, man, to not let Stadia shine. Now, I do know that there's people, and I could call them out by names, but they might not want to be mentioned, man. There's people out there that's saying, oh, hell yeah, this is right here is a good look for Stadia this week right here. One of the best weeks I've ever seen for Stadia. Man, meanwhile, GeForce Now is struggling right now. Users are not happy, it's down, Some people are trying to give it a pass and everything. Like, hold on now, wait a minute now. Everything goes down, and it's just, again, it hits different, y'all. Yeah. It hits different. That's all I'm trying to say, man.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. As it relates to, there's twofold. There's what the community is aware of and who wants to say what. I'm going to first address what the community is aware of. Oh, no. I'll address who wants to say what. There are entities that don't handle and disseminate information in a balanced fashion. I've been talking about that. And again, I've said it before. I ain't going to keep saying it because to stroke somebody's mane and say, I'm not talking about you, I ain't talking about you. I will just say this. It's not just one entity. It's not on the shoulder of one person or one group. There's a sector of the community that clearly, for whatever reason, when something happens with Stadia, it's a pounce mentality. When the same thing happens to GFN and other platforms, mainly I'm noticing with GFN, it's it really ain't that bad. It's a glass half full approach. It ain't that bad. Everybody relax. You know what I'm saying? Take some melatonin. It's going to be all right. Meanwhile, what we've seen with GFN is unprecedented. We've never seen any of these platforms either have games that you just can't play. Even with Cyberpunk 2077 on 8th gen hardware, you can play it. It's just a god-awful experience. We're talking about you paying full price for a game and you go to boot it up and it says, nope, you can't. It's under maintenance. You can't even get to the loading screen. Right? It's never happened on any of these platforms. It's unprecedented. Let's take Stadia out of the equation. Let's say Stadia doesn't even exist. It hasn't happened on Luna. It hasn't happened on xCloud. It hasn't happened on Shadow PC. It hasn't happened on PlayStation Now. So that's unprecedented. Then you had what happened yesterday, which, granted, isolated by itself, ain't the worst thing. But if you put it in a collage where your Death Stranding is now inaccessible, and then when you look back and talking to my son and doing due diligence that I can't get anywhere else really, I'm finding out that Apex Legends was unavailable like that. Watchdog Legions, I mean not Watch Legions, but Watchdog was unavailable like that, and there's other games that were unavailable
Now,
like that.
you know what's so funny? Hold up, man. You know what's so funny about that, Moss, man? Because wasn't it within? Because I heard Chase trying to recall how long ago Death Stranding was down, right? But remember that day when we chopped up the videos or whatever, and you was like, "Man, we got to put this out, man. We got to inform the people." Remember that little small session?
Yeah.
And you dropped that video, right? And remember, I was on Death Stranding. Yep. So that was within how many weeks ago? 5-6 weeks ago, I think. No, maybe close to 2 months right now.
With Death Stranding, I think it's like
I was
2
able
weeks.
to play it. Is what I'm saying. So,
no, on GFN, if you got it through Steam, you can't play it. If you got it through Epic, you can still play it. It sounds like it's something going on with Steam and GFN, and GFN, for all intents and purposes, is owning it when these issues happen.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So they're like, look, we're looking into it and we're trying to fix it. You know what I mean? When you go to their status page. So this is something but here's the thing. The reason why I want to bring this up is, we should be bringing awareness. I mean, beyond that, we should just be bringing awareness. This is no fanboy stuff. Like in my house, GFN is instrumental. For my son's birthday, we just bought him an expensive ass Chromebook. And because we know that GFN, because he loves GFN, he swears by GFN. The only thing he cares about playing on Stadia is Cyberpunk, which you're going to have to get off my Cyberpunk now that it's been updated. But that's all he wants to play. To him, Stadia's trash. You know, we laugh at you. It ain't nothing serious. But we bought him an expensive-ass Chromebook so he could do what he needs to do and play GFN on it. GFN has a major role in my house because it's so important to my son. I pay for the subscription, all that stuff. And then it's, and I use GFN often when I'm in the living room playing Immortals Phoenix Rising. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't about no fanboy stuff. The problem is, Storm, is that we need to make people aware. We need to make consumers aware that this is going on. There were major content creators yesterday, Storm, that didn't even know that GFN was down. Had it been Stadia, they would have known it was down because it would have been reporting everywhere. That's the point that we're trying to make. So it's the awareness, and number two is trying to get to the heart of the matter on why. Why is there this imbalance? Because at the end of the day, me and Storm can ask why, but the community is going to be the one that sees it, and they're the ones that's going to have the perception to be like, look, this is uneven. And I got to question people's integrity. And if I got to question your integrity, then I'm just going to go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? People got to be cognizant of that. And that's what we're saying. But at the end of the day, we just want to make people aware that, yes, GFN is having these issues right now. There are the potential for games to be under maintenance if they're Steam games. It's not like a super high percentage, but there's that risk. I don't know what the percentage is. And you got to bear that in mind if you want to use GFN as a sole cloud gaming experience. Because if you pay your money and you got to rely on GFN, Storm, because you ain't got no rig, then your ass out, right? You can't go say, I'll just play it on my rig. So your ass out. So it's just about spreading awareness. That's all. Pretty
much. There is one more thing I wanted to address, though.
Oh, go ahead,
I just want to talk about it. Can I talk about it?
Brother, it's all right. I talk too much. I'm shut up.
Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Now, I've said, who am I? First of all, who the hell is Project Storm? Man, I'm a gamer like y'all. I do my little streaming, my little, whatever content creation and all that stuff, man. Trying to bring y'all some gameplay. But we're all out here in this boat together, man. I don't ever hear Clyde, for example, coming in here saying, man, I'm better than you, Project Storm, man. Have you seen my video? I got a video to over 100,000 views, man, on my channel, bro. I never hear Clive talking like that. I'm just using Clive's name as an example, and I know he won't mind. And then I think about the discourse that Chase always talks about. Now I know I just said Chase's name so many times, but I respect what Chase is out here doing right now, right? Ace, I gotta shout Ace out, man. Shout Ace from Cloud Gaming the Stream. Him and Marchief over there doing that thing. Yo, I'm calling out names now, right? Because I'm watching people's work, right? I'm over there leaving comments. I'm like, yo, Rick Tone, so many other people, right? So I'm like, Link TV and everybody else, I'm still out there. Meg, so, popping by, lurking and stuff half the time. You know what I mean? If I can't, stay for long, because I don't want to stay in your videos, MM2K and everybody else, if I'm not able to have a conversation. So, but I lurk just like Squid. I lurked in Squid. I was the only one. Now here's where I get pissed off, man. Now just give me like 2 seconds real quick.
It's all yours, brother.
Because I get pissed off about this right here.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Squid is in here in all of our goddamn videos, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, look, man. Hey, look, who am I? I'll walk away from this shit today and I won't even really care too much, man. Because when you get to a point like MM, your breaking point is to just what? Unplug?
Yeah.
If I get to a breaking point, man, this ain't for me. I could just game behind the scenes. That's how I came in here. I didn't come out here trying to be, you know, MM2K and everything. I came out here because I'm a gamer. I came out here, I'm a gamer. So Squid is over here doing this thing. Squid's been out here supporting us, right?
Yeah.
And he's been out here just being the best squid he could be, man. World's famous plant-eating squid. Y'all tell him if he's not in the chat, tell him I said that, please. And I popped by this brother's stream the other night, man. One person, I'm the only one in there. Then another soul came through. And he's just waiting to share his message, man, for example, right? And I'm like, damn, Squid, with all that support you giving everybody, we can't even get you 5 views, man. We can't get you 5 people watching at one time. And it was like that with Rick Tone at one time and other people, and I keep calling it out. Hell Monkey and other people, man, I kept calling it out, man. Dre, you know what I mean, from DKG and everything. And there's just so many. Cloud Gamer 2, I've said this already, y'all. And it made me feel embarrassed, man. I felt kind of embarrassed because I'm seeing the love that they had for Cloud Gaming, y'all, just for gaming as a whole. And only thing I could do is put a like on the you know, I could send a donation or whatever if I choose to, but I hit a like and I hit, you know, trying to encourage people to hit that subscribe button or whatever. But man, that's kind of messed up. But then, all right, so that's one. All right, so there's 2 things, right? I said 1, but there's 2. So then the other part is MM2K. Is that some of us, all right, we have the freedom of speech, man. We have the freedom of speech. So that way I can say what the hell I want to say too. Then. You know what I mean?
Fact.
So I'm going to say this right here, man. And see, people, y'all know me, man. When it's a message that has to be got to, hey, your tweets are being seen. Your voices are being heard, people.
And people know that. They know
who
that.
The hell is Project Storm? Nobody.
Yep.
I'm just like you. I'm on the same playing field. Never claimed to be the best. Never tried to take over the whole. Never tried to take anybody's views, their food off their plate, anything, right? I'm out here trying to play these damn games. I'm happy in this community, right? So, but then I'm on Twitter and I see like a tweet and I got to say, man, it just came from somebody who I respect, somebody who I definitely had conversation with, supported the work and everything. And I'm just going to say right now, it was like, so the tweet that Andy put out right now is an example. Andy Morphs, y'all, shout out, right? Don't hate Andy. Don't hate Andy. Don't even get that started.
Don't hate him.
But sometimes when we drop stuff like so I got a little bit offended by the fact, and Andy don't owe me a no apology or anything, man, because when I mess up or you mess up, I'm gonna damn sure hold you accountable, and if I think you said something that was out of, you know, kind of like out of pocket. So on Twitter, Andy dropped a tweet about maybe it was like xCloud, something about Game Pass. It was Game Pass, right? It was something about Game Pass, and you know, like if you're not playing the game, Outriders on Game Pass, it was put in a way that like it just didn't make sense, or like it made me feel like I didn't really have sense because I decided to buy the game on Stadia because that's what I want to do. I want to buy it on Stadia. And see, I'm using Andy's tweet, but there's more of this going on. It's not like just like attack.
That's just an example.
I guarantee you, Andy wouldn't have a problem, and I guarantee you he can hit me up in the DM, or I could hit him up and say, Andy, man, But I didn't want to engage in the tweet because, damn, I was like, yo, I was trying to read it from different angles, for example, right? So then I'm seeing different
you was
people's
squinting your
comments.
eyes, Storm, like, what was
It was a good ass discussion, though. It was a good discussion. It triggered a lot of conversation that I was enjoying, right? So I'm putting a like here, like here, like here. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, damn. I have Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
I'm getting the game on Stadia day one.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a shot at me? And I already know what Andy's thought would be, man. But I'm just saying, y'all, this is the kind of stuff that I pick up on. And then it you know how, like, many people have gone on record to say something that wasn't sitting right. If Chase had a problem with us, he'll say, nope, Storm, I don't agree. If Eddie had a problem, he'll say, nope, I don't fucking agree, because that's what he's going to say. That's Eddie, and we know what Eddie's going to say. 6-4. Nah, bro, you don't understand, man. You don't understand. So many times, people, so the disagreements are going to be had, man. But sometimes I keep saying, like, it's just how things are put out there. Rev took a lot of flack. Stadia Revolution, shout out to the bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Took a lot of flack early in the game, y'all. Early in the game, and then I'm only going to give like 2 more minutes of this right here. So Rev came in the game, for example. People they didn't like Rev's attitude. Rev said some things that was a little bit out of context. I even talked to Rev. What did I do? Go to Rev behind the scenes. Rev, man, guess what, man? Yo, bro, you might want to try to, like, just do this, because this is how people are going to perceive certain things, because it's different. You know, when you write things versus saying them out of your mouth, because see, when you speak with your words, people understand your heart a little bit better, right? But when you just tweet, when you're writing stuff on Twitter or whatever, people might mistake that. They could take a screenshot, they can copy that link, they could drop that somewhere else, and next thing you know, your message is out there and it's misunderstood, right? So now, though, I'm just like, damn, everybody else had the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech, man. And here I am trying to silence myself and from how I really feel. Week after week, I just had to sit down in the corner and just try to mind my business, man. Like I'm in timeout. But I can't do that, man. Like, so when people start saying things like, yo, that's jacked up. That's jacked up. Andy.
Because people were saying that. They were saying
Storm or Duncan or or whoever have been, when we put these things out here. I don't know, man. So I just felt like I needed to bring that up today, because again, it's all in the messaging, bro. Like so how many times have y'all seen me really attack somebody or attack the character or the I might have fun and say like, "Yo, Geforce Now is not ready." Stuff like that is all in fun, and it's factual too. It's just not on par with Stadia. So I'll say I get involved in stuff like that, man. But when it comes to when you say stuff like that, bro,
when you're attacking,
it's kind of like you don't care. And look, it's kind of like you don't care. It's kind of like you don't even care.
Yeah.
You didn't even think that Storm is over here and he's trying to encourage, like trying to help people game wherever, for example, man. I mean, it kind of like shuts the door in my face, like, man, get out of here with that dumb shit, man. That's not the way we do it. So I'm just throwing it out there as an example. You know what I mean? Another example.
Well,
and that's what I had to say, man.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the nail. I mean, like I said, I'm unplugged. We had a recent event. Like I said, I wiped the slate clean, and this is the last little bit of residue of chalk that's on the board before I completely wipe it clean. I'll say this. You can't play victim when you drop salacious stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you drop something salacious that you know is going to have ripples through the community, and you know, and if you have the cognization, you have the state of mind to know what the temperature of the community is, and you know you're going to cause ripples, and your mind state is, well, I don't care. Then you got to have that same mind state when you get the blowback.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if people do care. I'm sorry, I'm wondering if they care, and if they don't care, then should I care?
They don't. They look, when send is hit, and like I said, nobody's dumb. Nobody's dumb, including us. We're not dumb. When you hit send, the thoughts went through your head, and yes, I will attack trolls. Yes, I will battle and go back and forth with the Paul Tass or whatever, but I rarely go into I don't. I just don't go into the motives oh, excuse me, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to pin egregious motives or try to pin motives of like, well, you're dumb on anybody in the community. That's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? I may address a point of view that I'm like, look, facts ain't matching up, but it's just not the greatest thing to do that at this moment, and that's known. Here's what I got to say about it, though. The risk of putting that out there to drop something salacious for attention or whatever, is it worth it when, if you look at it in detail, if you don't have a Series S and an X, and you want the best fidelity and performance for Outriders, your best option is going to be Stadia if you got decent internet.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you go spend $500 just for Outriders if you're heavily looking for this game, looking forward to this game, and it's not something that you just want to play and try? If you're heavily looking forward to this game and you want to own it and you want the best fidelity out there with the game and performance, you don't have money to get an Xbox Series S or X. You don't have money for a PlayStation 5. You don't have money for an expensive rig. You might just have a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Why not get it for Stadia? See, that doesn't make sense. And I know what I will say about it. I know the individual smarter than that. So to me, there was an ulterior motive for that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm going to put this out here and I don't care. And I'm not directing anybody to do anything. But nor am I going to not direct anybody to do anything. People got to learn. Decisions have consequences. So I'm wiping the slate clean. I know people have expressed how they did not like that at all and voiced your opinion. I'm swiping this down. But my biggest suggestion for a lot of people is, if you're seeing a lot of that from one section, then your best bet is just to unplug. That's your bet. I've never felt so much better since I've unplugged. Shout out to Clive and Linden for granting that suggestion. I feel so much better. But no, Storm, thank you so much for bringing that up. That was a great point.
No problem. I had to just ask it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like other people could have been thinking the same thing because we could see it. Everybody could see it. So it's not like, damn, why you had to put that out there? It's there. It is there. So now I go, hey, you know, all the times when we talk behind the scenes and we're talking about the attacks that Grace and Chris and whoever, you know, that they have to endure, and all they're trying to do is just do their job. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about that before. Some people might not call that out. We do. We have. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me go back to that. If the community manager at Stadia can come out and voice her expressions on how she feels and how, you know, as a human being, right? I'm just like, damn. Like, damn, that's it's sad, man. So then, but I'm like, yo, kudos, use your voice. And we don't do this every show, y'all. We don't do this every single show. Some people will do it and they won't give a damn. I do listen to them. Like some people just won't even care. They'll just go right at you. And what? Yeah. And what? What you want to do? Pull up? Come on. Here I am. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but it's sad, man. I keep saying it's sad. And now all this good news, we're going to get into all of that stuff, right? But I had to come out there with that first instead of like doing it after the good news. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. We want to keep the mood because we got good news and then we got a real discussion for the community that I think there's some angst on. But yeah, definitely. That's the epitome of why I've unplugged.
You just can't sweep it under the rug, man. You can't let it blow over.
I can't see. I don't see an intelligible point being made there, except for, I'm going to say this. I know it's going to ruffle feathers, and I don't care. And if you want to engage in that, fine, engage in that. I'm talking about y'all as the viewers. If y'all might say, "Oh, that don't bother me. I'm fine." But for those of you that responded back to us and was like, "Look, man, what's going on here? What's up with this?" All I can tell you is that my best, MM2K's best suggestion is to unplug. You know what I'm saying? And
But
You
I
know,
can't. I'm gonna tell you why I can't unplug. Hey, look, man. Why would I unplug, man? I told you. I want to know what you're saying about me. I want to know what kind of damage you might be doing. They could be saying something about you that's not true. That's damaging your reputation. You know what I'm saying? I want
well,
to hear. I want to see all that. I want to see
I
all that.
normally
You know what I
listen
mean?
when it comes to the reason why I unplugged is because, and I get that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's just my suggestion. The reason why I unplug is because, and me and you speak about this all the time, Storm, personally and whatever. When we dealing with different things, we're like, man,
Yeah.
these MFers don't get it. Our
Right.
most valuable
Right.
commodity is our time, right? So every day I wake up and I say to myself, what can I learn new today? And listening to you, look, you're always going to have haters, right? And you're going to have people that hate you. And if you don't have people that hate you and you're trying to do something grand, then I think you're not succeeding, right? So I don't want to lend too much in my ear and waste too much time battling back and forth, because you're going to play whack. When you whack one hater, another hater is going to come up. My thing is that if something bubbles up and festers enough to where it's not coming directly from a hater, but it's coming from other sources, then I can say, okay, this is something that needs to be addressed. And when I say unplug, that doesn't mean don't address important matters that were brought up from that sector. But everything that comes from a certain sector doesn't need to be addressed until it comes over to this side. When it comes over to this side, then it's bubbled and festered up enough. And I found myself like, we got some big things happening on PNTS Network. We got some new content, some new structure, just a lot of crazy stuff. I ain't gonna say nothing else, because Storm says I talk too damn much, and I do.
Nah, man. Look, for this one, you have to explain, because if you leave it half-assed, how are they gonna know? You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna stealth drop it. We gonna stealth drop it like Stadia.
Right. But the only reason I put the name out there, because I feel like we can talk about stuff like this, man. I don't have to say the said individual, that guy, this person right here. Who the hell? If you see what I'm talking about, why would I have to do that, man? I mean, call my name out, y'all. Call my name out. Project Storm said this. He contradicted himself. He's a fanboy. Call Project Storm. This is why. And then we can have a conversation, man. I just can't keep saying said individual, this person.
No. I get exactly where you're coming from. I'm just at the point now. I'm just at the point now to where, again, I'm wiping the slate clean. Like I said, we had an incident not too long ago. I had to clear it up. I said what I had to say. I had to make my message very clear. We're getting into silly season. I feel like there's a sector of the community that has an agenda. They're trying to do some stuff, and I'm not going to play these games with them. I'm just not going to play. But I've already been over that. I ain't going to touch on that again. All I got to say is that, that's just my take on it for my sense of mind. You know what I'm saying? As Clive says. But I totally get where you coming from, Storm. If you are going to address it, I'm not going to, say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, say it, like as a man or a woman. Speak your mind. Talk directly to the individual.
Say it with your chest, yeah. That's what people gonna do. When you say something salacious, better be prepared for the blowback. If you get the blowback, don't say, "Oh my God, why are these people doing this to me?" You put it out there, and people gonna say it with their chest. So no, I totally agree with your take is, Storm. I do. I'm just saying, me personally.
My words are my own. I will say that, y'all. But we're gonna get into the good. We're gonna let's get into the good stuff, man. The happy times and all that.
I want to do something real quick, man, because we're getting a lot of love and support. Oh, shout out to the homie. We got a superstar in the house, and bro, you dropped a new video, and I caught it on the humbug. I want to put it out there. Drop it in the DM for me. Doc Dark 1985. He said, "Hey guys, just hopped in. How do you guys fight the I want my own games crowd? Stadia is so relevant, but I don't understand the anti-stream movement." That's a great question.
First of all,
what do you think
let me say that. First of all, let me say this right here. Shout out to you again, Doc Dark, man. 1985, not 6, man. So when y'all hear that 6, you know that's just MM2K, man. On that not the Michelob Ultras. Damn,
there you go. There you go. He's slipping up too,
man. The old Milwaukee, he's on it.
It's contagious.
So, hey, check this out. But I'm out here and I just saw something again, y'all, from the homie Doc, man.
Yeah.
It was just something that he just dropped today. I know it was hours ago. It was within 24 hours about Stadia again. Like like don't sleep on Stadia or something like that. Check that out, y'all. You got to hear this brother's thoughts. So look, let me go into it. Says how do we fight the I want to own my games crowd? Well, we've already given several examples of how you really are not owning the
You
games
don't
that you
own the
think you're
games. Yeah.
owning in certain cases. You know what I mean? And then see that same crowd, they'll go over the Game Pass, and then they'll forget that they don't really. So, Doc, you over there on the Xbox side, they'll come over there, and for us, it's a lot of Game Pass. Game Pass is the truth right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, right? But they don't own those games. So it's kind of like fighting it with logic and rationale. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, now we're in the same boat trying to get to the same destination right now when it comes to ownership of games and everything. So that's my quick take on it. That's how I combat the whole thing.
Yeah. It's about education, but Doc, what you got to understand too, brother, and you flew up the charts, man, because your content is just killer like that. But you flew up the charts, and you haven't been sitting in the muck like a lot of us to understand the MO of a lot of people in this community. There's a lot of people in this community that they follow the old adage of the idiot herd. All right, and what do I mean by that is, there's a certain source that comes out every day. Think of like the old ghettos back in the 1920s and 30s when there was the famines, the bread and the potato famines in the state and stuff like that. And people used to have to come and sit in the back of delis and wait for the old meat that hit the floor. They throw it out in slops and people would eat it up, and old moldy bread and stuff like that. They keep going back to the back of the same delis, getting the same old moldy corned beef and bread, and they don't realize, hold on, there might be better food around for us somewhere else. So what I'm saying is, you're dealing with the nuclei of news energy. Follow me here, brother. You're dealing with a nuclei of news energy where they're not fond of digital distribution. They love hardware. They love swag. It's a commodity. Yeah, man, we're going to have a raffle for a PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? It's really harder to have a raffle for a Stadia because Stadia is everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the heaviest of commodity. Even if it was the most popular, it's hard to say, ooh, get excited, y'all. We're having a raffle for CCU. CCU is $50. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, if you want the authentic supported Stadia kit, you got to pay the $100. But pretty soon, Storm, all you got to do is go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get a CCU for $50 and use any controller. So it doesn't have that commodity appeal. So that's why the media doesn't like it. And then because, again, those are the ones that are selling the musty bread and the corned beef hash, then us content creators, we feed off of that garbage and we regurgitate it. You know what I mean? The best way to combat it is to try to tell people to be transparent with the people that they're listening to, including yourself. I tell people all the time, don't just go off of what MM2K says. Go check out Clive. Go check out Storm. Go check out Stadia Rev when he's dropping articles. Go check out my homie Sunny Cloud Gaming. Go check out Brian Chappelle. Go check out Nerd Nest and so forth. And there's so many others I may have forgot y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go check out the Brother 6'4", and so forth. Eddie Player One. I'm just having a brain fart right now. There's so many of them. Go check them out, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I tell y'all to kick the tires. Don't just follow what I'm saying. Do your own investigation work because people have agendas. And if you just wake up in the morning and just consume the first thing that you hear without kicking the tires, that's not good for the gaming soul. So a lot of people just got to understand, kick their own tires. Stadia, they can try right now. They can play Hitman right now for free on their phone. Storm and Doc, they can play Hitman free right now on their phone. If that's the case, you can't tell me about no Stadia if I can just pick up my phone and play it right now. I'm not listening to nobody. I'm going to play it my damn self. But this is not the society that we in, bro. So shout out to Dave. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, shout out to Dave Wendell for becoming a member. Thank you so much. And I also want to give a real quick shout out to some more members. Stadia Rev. Thank you, Stadia Rev. Eric Gronberg, Mikhail Sweeney, Roy Martinez, and again, now Dave Wendell. Thank you so much. And I got the document open. I'm going to add your Dave to it so you can see your name scrolling at the bottom. But go ahead, Storm.
I'm going to say, to elaborate on what I was saying, Doc, for you, after MM's take, is so to also combat that what you could do is like, yo, you could just remind people that this is not the 1980s, man. This is all about choice. This is about more options, more flexibility, and how we play. You know what I mean? So, because I own certain games, but I also now the times have shifted to another model where we could pick and choose. We could pick and choose how we want to play. You know what I mean? Some people rent Lamborghinis, believe it or not, Bugattis, because they don't want to really have to worry about the maintenance over time and all that stuff, right? So it's kind of like car leasing and all that stuff, man. You're gonna get the latest models and all that good stuff, man. So it's about different types of gamers that have derived from the OGs, the original gamers. That's how I see myself right now. This is why I'm on Stadia in the first place. I think by you trying Stadia, you open up your mind to want to know how this could impact xCloud, or how can it make xCloud better? Where can xCloud get to? And that's how we should be thinking, man. So I just want to throw all that out there as another second take.
Exactly. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff, everybody. And thank you, Doc Dark, for coming through. And Doc, drop the link to that new video in the DM, man. I know I've been giving you your space. I've been meaning to check up on you too. But I wanted to give you your space and let you just play Stadia. Like I said, I ain't want to breathe down your neck. You like it more? You like it more? I ain't want to do that. But
now looks like he's been getting it in, man.
He's getting it in, man.
I say this right here. It was nothing like your kid though saying,
"Oh yeah,
Stadia at the time when your kid was like, yo, this is better than PS4." I was like, yo, was nothing better than that, y'all. You talking about something? Y'all want to see something cute? I don't do all that mushy stuff and all that.
Yeah, but that
stuff,
was
right?
that pulled at the heartstrings.
That was it right there.
That pulled at the heartstrings. That was a fantastic.
Check the homies out, man. The homie out, one of the fastest growing YouTubers I've met recently. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. Because the brother's just talented like that, and that's why when I saw him and I said, okay, this brother is talented. He's going places. I said, but he may not be aware of the ramifications of cloud gaming, particularly Stadia right now. How about we gonna kick off this challenge with him? And I'm telling you, it's having ripple tides, man. My brother's hood famous. He about to be Beverly Hills famous. He done took over the damn Stadia Reddit. Every time I drop a Doc Dark link in that mug, they go crazy. Oh yeah, it's the Doc Dark. Yeah, I love Doc Dark. I love it. The Doc Dark. Yeah, he the hottest commodity out there. So definitely check him out. SDO challenge. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it for 60 days, Doc. I ran into a little bit of Stadia. I know you're watching. I want to bring this up real quick too. Stadia, I know that you're watching. And it's not always peaches and cream with Stadia. Doc, I got you covered though, bro. We're gonna make it a 60-day challenge. I got your other 30 days covered. But Stadia, I do want to say this. Y'all promote it as 2 months free of Stadia, but you gotta buy 1 month or whatever. It's not a good look. It wasn't the best way to do that. You got to be a little bit more transparent on that. I had to go on the Stadia Reddit and ask some questions or somewhere, and there was all these stipulations. I got to hold my index finger on my nose and blink 3 times in the skylights and all this. No, we don't need that right now. We need a little bit more transparency. When you say 2 free months, there's a certain expectancy. So I just want to put that out there. Secondly, shout out to my homie Cowboy of the Stadia Bash Community Network. Shout out to them, brothers.
Yo.
Shut up and boot up. I love it. Look, Cowboy asked me in one of my videos, he said, MM2K, there's supposed to be these free-to-play access games where you don't need Stadia Pro. You're supposed to just, boom, go ahead and play them. He said the wife and the child was trying to do it. They kept getting hit with the paywall. It's something that I'm aware about, too, because I've been trying to promote the codes to the free version of Destiny, and people been running into that paywall. I tested it out myself, and the same thing happened. I sent it to Stadia and said, this is a heads up. So, Stadia, I'm letting you know right now, this is your jump, just get on that. I know y'all listening. Get on that, please. When people go to play these free games, y'all used to have it activated where you didn't need your credit card. You didn't need Stadia Pro. Somehow it got removed. Y'all got to fix that. Y'all can't be promoting, oh, you don't need Stadia Pro, but then you need it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bring that up. But Storm, you know what I think is, we went almost an hour. We're almost an hour.
Hey, look,
and we ain't touched no subject.
Again, it's very necessary, man, but we can get into whatever.
Absolutely. You know what? Let's talk about, let me see. The first topic that I want to talk about here is this speaking of the community blog. Oh my. Oh my! This community blog storm was one for the ages. A lot of people are very excited about it. I want to get your take on it. Let me do a little something like this. Shout out to Ray Sherrod in the chat. I see you too. He said SBCN, definitely, no doubt.
Heard that.
This week on Stadia, free Hitman for everybody, new free games with Stadia Pro and much more. Storm, what do you think?
Yeah.
Did you see? You saw this week on Stadia blog, right? With Resident Evil as the pro game and Ease 8. What do you think about that, man?
Man, a whole lot. Just a whole lot. Like it's we could believe it because I've been telling y'all for like the last few weeks now that the spring is going to be it. The spring is going to be it. This year is going to be crazy. It's going to be bananas from a lot of different angles and everything. And it seemed like I was on to something about that spring. I could just feel
Facts.
it.
No, you
it's
did.
like you build
You
momentum.
were.
You plant in the spring. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that you can, I'm trying to make something sound sweet. So that you can grow that final tree. You know what I'm saying? And get the fruit off that tree during harvest time. We'll just say something like that, right? I try my best. But yeah, man, it's speaking those ease games are. Again, y'all, I'm just thinking about the sheer number of games that was on Nintendo Switch, man. Stay with me right here as I go to Switch land. There's a lot of games that was on the Switch, and I'm watching Snow Bunny play those games, and I'm like, yo, no way we could get games like this. This is Nintendo.
Facts.
Nintendo locks
Facts.
things down. You
Yep.
know how rabid their gamers are over there, man. No
Yep.
way they will take a chance on these games coming to Stadia. And there's so many games, man. I've already counted like 6 or 7. Octopath. Man, you got Monster Boy and all this stuff that was on Nintendo Switch first. They're coming over here, y'all. Like the platform is just. How do you speak on it, man? How do you speak on it? The doors are opening. You know what I mean? They seem to be Stadia is doing something right. They still got publishers and devs on board. I keep reminding people of this. So it says a lot about the platform. Resident Evil 7, it's old Project Storm. You know when it came out, right? Like 2017 or something like that, Project Storm. But it doesn't matter because it's one of the best games in the series, y'all, to date until Village drops, right?
Yep.
So I just like it, man. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel good, y'all. I know I just have this feeling. I believe when you believe in something, even if it fails, you hold your head up and say, yo, I actually gave that a try, man. I feel good about myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
so that's how I'm feeling. And then we're not even talking about the rest of the games. It's like an overload. It's an avalanche right now.
I want to say this though. Now, I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan, only because I don't have the muscle control to play that game and not soil myself. No,
well, you might have to do it, bro. Like you can't run from those challenges, man.
I guess I can't run.
I'm gonna do it. Shout out to Sunny Cloud Gaming. He's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Other people already on deck. John Scar is gonna do it. Other people are
shout
gonna
out
do
to
it,
John.
man.
Oh, shout out! Can we take a moment? Can we take a moment of gratitude for John Scar, the gamer extraordinaire, man? Shout out to my brother, man, out here doing the damn thing, man. He's actually doing the stream right now. So, after checking us out, if you want to go back to VOD, check out the brother John Scar. But definitely, man, give him kudos to him, man. That's my bro. With that said, no, I'm gonna play that, and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna be putting a lot of time on Ease. As a matter of fact, I might as well just say it right now. This week's our first look. No. I'm lying. Well, y'all let me know in the chat what y'all want me to do. I was originally going to make our first look Outriders on Stadia for this week for our members, and then next week make it Ease 8. But then I'm going to be picking up Dragon Quest 2 today because it's still on sale. So you know what I'm saying?
Is it 2 or 11 now?
No, did I say? Well, I'm picking up Dragon. I meant when I said 2.
Well.
Yeah, as well. I'm picking that up as well.
So.
Golly, it's a bunch. So let me know what y'all want to see this week for my first look, right? Now on top, but yeah, that's a hell of a month pro. Now I'm just looking at. So let's compare that to Xbox. Oh God, what did Xbox have? They had Dark Void. That's like the 9th time they gave that game out. Let's see, Xbox Games with gold. Let me see if we can find the bugs real quick, man.
Man,
Oh
I
man,
know.
hey,
I mean, I was just looking like, and then you know what though? Hey, you know, you're familiar with Randall Thor and them, man. I was
yeah, oh
listening to
yeah, I know,
Rand. Shout
yeah,
out to them.
Rams.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
shout out to
Rand and
Rand.
them making big moves, man. I heard them talking about the Bethesda games that recently dropped and everything, and they were talking about which games they're gonna go back and play, and it was like Prey. I heard somebody on the panel say Prey,
Uh-huh.
and then they were like, wait a minute, but 30 FPS is in 30 FPS, so should we wait for 60 FPS? I'm like, damn, man. So it's all these stipulations and everything, man.
Yeah, yeah. I
It just
mean,
makes you think because I'm the same way. I'm the same damn way, man. If I know a game is coming at 60, I'm not touching it.
so
You
this
know?
is the Xbox Live Games with Gold. So it's Vikings, Wolves of the Hibdegard, Truck Racing, Dark Void, which I swear they've given out this game like 97 times, and Hardcore Uprising. Right now, let's look at PlayStation. PlayStation or PS
I know they had
Plus.
the Ratchet and Clank for this month, I think. And then now they're about to have this one seems more appealing. They're gonna have Days Gone, I know. With this is with PS Plus though. And a
Here it
couple other
goes.
ones. That's good.
So PS Plus is Days Gone,
Yep.
which that's a good one. Zombie Army 4, which we've
Yeah.
already had. You
Yeah.
know, we've had. Matter of fact, we might still have Zombie Army, don't we?
I think so, man. I
Yep.
know it's in my library.
So, Zombie Army 4 and Oddworld Soulstorm is
Right.
launching on PlayStation 5 in here. That's crazy to me. So that's a good month for them, but I think us getting these Ease games and Resident Evil in there, I think that's great as well. Xbox right now, but see they're putting everything in Game Pass. But see everybody don't want Game
But
Pass. You
see,
see what I'm
Stadia's
saying?
getting that Disco Elysium, the final cut version with better voice and with voice acting
Yeah,
and all this stuff, man. It's like
yeah.
the best version. I know
Let's talk
IGN,
about that.
y'all. Everybody wants to run the IGN, so they gave it a 10, like the final cut
Yeah. Oh
score or
wow.
whatever, a 10, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. That Disco Elysium. There was a big discussion around it being cheaper on Steam. And what I did bring up, and I won't go too far into the muck of it, but I did bring up yesterday that there is a narrative that I don't think there's nothing wrong with the narrative because it all depends upon what you like. And the narrative is, look, when these games simultaneously release, and they're available for GFN and they're available for Stadia, get them for GFN. Why? Because you can go to Steam, get a cheaper Steam code, and then enjoy the game on GFN opposed to paying more for it on Stadia. Well, I have a counter argument to that, and I know you do too, Storm. My
Yeah.
first counter argument is, well, GFN, even though it might be cheaper, for a lot of people, GFN's performance isn't up to par. It isn't up to snuff. So you get what you pay for. So I'd rather just pay an extra $8. You know what I'm saying? For let's just say Disco Elysium, if it was going to be $39.99, and not deal with the ghosting and shadow stuff that I got to deal with GFN. But that's in a normal situation. We're not dealing with a normal situation this week. We have a situation with Steam. See, that was the biggest perk with GFN, is that because it dealt with GFN is a catalyst for PC gaming, you could utilize the cheapness of Steam game codes. But the problem with that is it seems to be having some type of syncing problem with certain Steam games. So I go buy a Steam code for Disco Elysium. I go to play it. It's well past the refund time. A week later, the game is down for maintenance for 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and literally that's what happened with Apex Legends and other games. For what we understand, down for months. No word. Oh, you go to GFN site. Oh, we're still looking into this. That doesn't make and I can't refund it. If I went to Green Man Gaming, CD Keys, I'm not getting a refund. They don't give you. Matter of fact, they're worse than Steam in some cases because as soon as you activate that code, they don't give you a refund. So those are just the things that you got to worry about. That's my counter argument is that yes, at purchase, you might get some cheaper app purchases trying to play it on GFN, but the stability that Stadia provides as it being a sole platform, like an Xbox, like a PlayStation, you're not dealing with a conduit that's trying to deal with all these moving parts. And at any time, one of those moving parts can become a jar like we're seeing with Steam recently. So it's just some stuff to think about. And now the argument is even stronger for Stadia because, what'd you say, Storm? Disco Elysium's $31.99. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really, I honestly, bro, I feel exactly like you. So I have the same exact thoughts. I can't think of anything different, man. It's just another one of those head scratchers, man. That's all. It's just a head scratcher, man. I don't know what else to say, bro.
Now, on top of that,
I'm not out there. I'm really not out there price watching like that, bro. Like, I paid $60 for Dirt 5. So y'all, you're talking to a different type of gamer, man. I paid $120.
Thank you
for Cyberpunk to have it on 2 platforms, and I will do it again for Outriders if I do decide that I want to play it on PC. Now that game is included with my Game Pass subscription. That's not free, by the way, y'all. I gotta say that now because that's not free. I still pay my $15 a month for access to that game. So I just it's bro. You know how y'all know how I feel, man. I
want to touch on that, Storm, because the theory is that, see, shout out to the homie Charles Dustin and Rand. Dustin has showed me a link where Google themselves had analyzed gamers' habits during COVID, and come to find out that casuals, which we make up, casuals make up 90+% of the gaming
You
market.
Consider yourself a casual?
No, I'm not casual. No. I'm just talking in general. Right. I'm just talking about in general. The casual makes up 90+% of the gaming market. They only spent only one out of 4 gamers in general spent more money. No. I'm sorry. Casuals only represent 1 out of every 4 gamers that spent more money during COVID. I want y'all to think about that. Casual gamers, the market that makes up about 90% of the gaming market, only spent they only represented 1 out of every 4 gamers that spent more money than COVID. So what that means is the vast majority of gamers didn't spend all this extra money that's building up all this revenue. It was the hardcore gamers or the core gamers that went and bought Game Pass and all other stuff. But 90% of the gaming community is the casuals. And in order to be a stable platform, you got to get a good swath of the casuals, right? So the thing about it is that if you got something like a Game Pass, right, that is at 18 million sold, but you got 1.2 billion gamers out there, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to think about it like this. Like, everybody doesn't want Game Pass. The vast majority of those gamers don't want Game Pass. And like Storm said, a vast majority of those gamers don't mind paying extra for them. They don't mind paying for quality. If they got to come out with $60 because they know they're going to like Call of Duty, or they know they're going to like Madden, or they know they're going to like 2K, they don't mind doing it. And Game Pass doesn't really do anything for them unless Madden, 2K, those games they go and buy are in Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Day and date, which they're not. So we got to keep in mind that there is a lucrative market for gamers that do like Game Pass. It's a lucrative market. But there's also a market, the biggest market out there are those gamers that just want to buy a game here, a game there, and enjoy it that way. So you always telling them, well, you can get a game cheaper here. Yeah, it might not be as great as the quality as it is somewhere else, but you could get a game cheaper here. That's not going to appeal to them because they want quality. And what you're seeing this week with GFN doesn't exude quality. So we just got to keep that in mind. But I digress. So we got Ease 8 dropping. Resident Evil. We got Piku Niku,
Nuku, whatever. Yeah.
and
Nuku,
SpongeBob Battle for the Bikini Bottom. Those
Piku
are great.
Piku Niku.
And then we got Killer Black Queen.
Hell of a title, man. My bad.
Ain't that some crazy stuff? We got Killer Black Queen coming. Or no, it's already here. My bad. Killer Black Queen is out. Members.
Queen Killer Black. Is it, man? You got me confused now. When you do that, I get confused because I don't want to be saying it wrong, man.
I'm looking at it right. Hey, look. I just showed
Black Queen.
Yeah, it's Killer Black. Queen Black. I just showed everybody I can't read.
No, I'm just saying, I'm telling you.
It's Killer Queen Black. Buy it today in the Stadia store with the special price of $9.99 for Pro members, $13.99 for everyone else. It's not a bad price. And
that has crossplay. I will.
Yeah,
did you know
that has crossplay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that till they released it. That's dope.
Yep.
Trine 4 is already out. That's out for $30. The aforementioned Disco Elysium, the director's cut that got the final cut, that got 40. I mean that got a 10 at IGN is out for $40. It won 3 BAFTAs. Nanotale's Typing Chronicles.
Now don't hold on. I'm not gonna let y'all sleep on Nanotale, man. I remember playing typing. Well, it was like a learning software, or whatever, from Mavis Beacon, right? It was like Mavis Beacon teaches typing or something that kind of helped me get my typing skills up a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And that was cool. So then I saw gameplay of this game. I actually went and checked it out. I checked out each one of the games you're talking about right now, MM.
Oh, okay.
And that game looks like it's gonna be cool and for adults and kids.
Oh, that's what's up.
Because it makes it fun. It's like a visual type adventure while you're typing these words and stuff, man.
Absolutely. We got Cosmic Star Heroine. That's $15. Kimono Heroes and Legend of Heroes. Cold Steel 3. That's coming tomorrow for $60. And then last but certainly not least is my Outriders. Y'all know that's going to take up my time. That's going to take up my whole damn day. Y'all know I love me some Outriders. Matter of fact, I might play it one last time on PlayStation 5.
People are already on it, man. Somehow, some way, they're playing it early right now.
They got them codes. Yep.
Yeah, GameSpot's been doing it for like hours now. I don't know if they finally shut it down, but they were playing from an hour or two ago, I think. And that PS5 gameplay was looking dope. I will say that. Yep. So if Stadia can run it anywhere near that right there, y'all, we might be in for a tweet and a treat.
Yeah, a tweet and a treat.
A tweet and a treat.
A tweety treat.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So here goes 2 big things that are happening, Storm. You can play the Elder Scrolls Online free for 2 weeks. Golly. So you can play Elder Scrolls Online from March 31st, 9 a.m. to April 13th. That's crazy.
Let me ask y'all this, man. Why do you think is Stadia going crazy? Like, do they understand that they still have months left in the calendar year, man? I'm asking you, man. According to the Gregorian calendar, I'm glad
you said that.
According to the Gregorian calendar, man, you still have months left in this damn year, Stadia. Are you blowing your whole load right now, so to speak? I mean, y'all giving us everything right now.
They got
like, please don't tell us that it's about to be a drought in May. I don't see that happening because you got Resident Evil. So, I mean, what is Stadia trying to do, y'all? What are they trying to do right now?
Storm, here's the thing that questioned me about a lot of the angst that was in the community. I mean, I get the whole SG&E thing, but you were starting to see it fester before SG&E even was a thing. Like, people were like, oh, January isn't so great, but December was fantastic. January slow for everybody. There's nothing that came out for anybody that was great. Xbox is sitting there trying to slap 60 frames per second on old ass games to get their people excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only people that's really doing some type of driblets of new games is PlayStation. Sony be on their own thing and Nintendo at times. So this is a slow period for everybody. That's why a game like Outriders, even though I love it and I would buy it any time of the year, that's why they drop a game like Outriders now, because if it dropped in the holiday season with the Call of Duties and the other, it might get left, you know what I'm saying? It might get lost in the sauce. It's
Yeah.
always a slower time this period. And I don't get where we didn't understand that. We just thought that December, we think, look, Stadia's going to kill it now, and then they're going to run into another slow time, and then they're going to kill it again. That's the ebb and flow with gaming altogether. So I just didn't get why people thought, like you said, Storm, why they thought that just because January was slow, which is slow for everybody, that Stadia had nothing else in the bag. I don't get it.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
hey, do you want to talk a little Rust? I know we had an
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. So we got
Okay.
Elder Scrolls 2 weeks, Hitman. We already talked about that. The free play Stadia, get on that. Make sure that people can hop in and do these free games. Y'all can't advertise it if it ain't happening, man. So y'all got the greatest tech in the world. We know y'all can do it. All right. So let's get back. Let's talk about it. Rust. Rust on Stadia. I didn't even know this was a thing, Storm, so I'm being educated here.
Neither did I.
But apparently something happened where Rust was requested to the developers. Somebody went to the developers and requested it, and I guess the developers actually looked into it, Storm. Yeah. And they said, and they came back, I guess today. Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
they came back today, Storm, and they said, and I'm reading this tweet here from shout out to DB Stadia, and this is from Stefan Derner. Shout out to you for the tweet. It says, unfortunately, there will be no port of Play Rust for Stadia at the moment. There was a poll in the forum asking whether there was interest. Although the poll was clearly positive, the comments were unfortunately not. And I think what they're talking about is the response. And the response was from the developer. They rejected the poll, and they said, while exploring the feasibility of Stadia, we ran into a few hurdles and concerns. While most of these can be resolved, we're limited by Rust's memory consumption and over Google Stadia's limits. Now, people may get all excited. What? Limits? Google Stadia? What's going on? It's supposed to be in the cloud. I'll get into it. Rust is a huge game. Well, they're getting into it too. And people may not understand what this means. Rust is a huge game with a lot of assets. Due to certain engine, this is very important. Due to certain engine Unity limitations. They said engine limitations and lack of memory saving features such as mesh streaming, Rust uses a large amount of memory. Our Steam store minimum specs are 10 gigabytes of RAM with at least 4 gigabytes of video memory. There's a reason why he brings up the Steam store specs. We'll get into it. Even with a cut down and a compressed Rust build, we were still over Stadia limits. So they were testing this out. They were almost there. We're in continued talks with Google Stadia on how we could proceed as mentioned. We'll revisit in the near future. All right.
I want to talk about that part. Just
go ahead,
for all
Storm.
of my people that think like me.
Yes.
Now, I'll come back to this after you. You know what I'm saying? I just want to focus on that last.
No, Storm. No, you go first, brother. You go first. That's why I was going to turn over to you.
First, let me go back in time. Shout out to Stadia Cast at the time, who's now Nerd Nest, who told us that they did the interview, and Bill has stopped by the chat and we had a good and basically had a chuckle about the fact that people thought they were lying about the next certain devs having their hands on this next gen technology or whatever for Stadia, right? So you've been hearing me kind of like just throwing out there bits and pieces and stuff, breadcrumbs, like, yo, man, Google TV. This is how I've always felt. Just like I felt that Stadia was going to start turning up in the spring, y'all. I'm not wrong all the time. I'm not right all the time, but I'm not wrong a whole lot, right? So Google TV coming at a later date made me think one thing. Me and Bibbidi Bop was in there like rats in the DM. Yo, man, you think this can mean what I think it means? It could, Bibbidi. You know why? Because they can upgrade. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of upgrading hardware and everything. Pulling a tray out here, tray out there, going ahead and optimizing, tweaking and everything. And now you got it. Now, I'm not saying that's about to happen, y'all. But if you think like me, it's a possibility. Now, You had developers revoke tweets or whatever, or clarify things that they might have let slip before, and so all these things are happening in M2K, and it's 2021. Google TV. Keep this in mind. Google TV, AV1
Yep.
codec that can do 8K 120, y'all. It's been said by Stadia themselves and other brands as well that's going to be using the tech. Now, again, don't get hyped because I'm not saying that it's going to happen right now. It's going to happen this year, but I do think it's going to happen soon, where you start to see these upgrades and everything, and developers harnessing the power of Stadia. We'll see if I'm right. I could be wrong. If I am, it won't be the first time I'm wrong, right? But when I see the last line, we'll revisit in the near future. Now, if they didn't think the game was possible, like Stadia's tech at 2 or 3 years still won't be any different. How the hell? Now, think with common sense, y'all, like I do. This is just me using common sense. Yo, if it doesn't work right now, what the hell can Stadia do besides some type of upgrades to make it possible? Apparently, they want to have their game on Stadia, or they wouldn't be exploring anything. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we'll revisit in the near future. That could be a few months from now.
Yeah.
That could be first half of 2021 with Google TV. And these upgrades that can now allow it to happen because they've upgraded. I don't know, y'all. That's just me thinking, like, for all the people that wonder and think like I do. That's all.
No, I think it's important, Storm, because there was a lot of...
And I'm sorry, man. You got to keep in mind we have some beautiful games on the platform already. I forgot to throw that part in there. We have some top-notch games already on the platform before the people can say, well, Stadia's weak. Well, come on, man. We know Stadia's not that damn weak because we got games out there like Cyberpunk and other games that's showcasing the power. I'm done now for sure.
Now, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people are in the Stadia community are asserting that this has something to do with power. It has nothing to do with power. And I'm going to try my best to explain this. I would love to get like a developer. If we got anybody with the development experience in the chat, Dosage or anybody that can speak to this, definitely shore up any gaps in my explanation of this. I'm going to try to do this with the best that I can with my prior experience talking to developers or whatever about this. But
go ahead. I just gave my breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Give yours.
Yeah. So this is not about power. This is about resources. Okay. The guy tells you right here that Rust is a huge game with a lot of assets. Due to certain engine Unity limitations and lack of memory saving features such as mesh streaming, Rust uses a large amount of memory. So this problem sounds like it's specific to PC ports of games that use Unity. Unity is a different engine from Epic. Epic has resources that don't require such an abundance of memory or whatever. Or
you mean Unreal, right?
Did I say Unreal? Unreal uses has more resource management, assets to it, to where it's not such a big deal. Or maybe for a Unreal built game, you can have that amount of memory running because Stadia's platform allows for it. Normally, Unity games are smaller scale games, and Rust is one of those exceptions. So as Stadia was being built, this first iteration, as Storm was talking to, could have been built to where, all right, if it's a PC port or if it's any type of Unity game, whatever the case may be, these are the limitations of the memory that our platform can allow.
Right, but are they also saying, though, Moss, in the second part, are they also saying now, like, because we know these video cards, like my 3080 has about 10 gigs of RAM, right? So that's a more current card. So could it be now, we got to see it that way too. Could it be that the GPUs right now that's in the server blades are just not at 10 gigabytes of RAM yet? Like I'm looking at that too now. You know what I mean? That could be it.
That could be part of it as well. Or that could be that they are at 10 gigabits for the Unreal games and not for the Unity games. The way, there's different development, there's different SDKs, there's different development kits, there's different these engines run completely different. And that could be the case that there's just a 10 gigabit limit. Maybe there's not a case. Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourselves, well, all right, I get all that, MM2K, but Rust is on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So what's the deal with Stadia? Isn't Stadia supposed to be more powerful? Again, this ain't about power. This is about resources.
I want to get back into that too, though. I mean, this right here is good. I want to get back into that. We're talking next-gen consoles with more GRAM. I mean, VRAM.
Well, not even that. No, I'm just focusing on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Okay.
So when you focus on them, the reason why, yes, Stadia is more powerful than them, but the thing is that when you're bringing a game to a console, it's not a PC port. You're building the game. You're using the PC development kit, the PC-based development kit, to build from the ground up for the console, or for the PlayStation or the Xbox. So it's easy to do that. You can't do that with Stadia. The way it works is you either build a game from the ground up, which we don't have a game built from the ground up, as far as I know yet, for Stadia, totally. So all of these games pretty much are, I don't know if Outcasters is built from the ground, I don't know. But most of these games, if not all, are ports. And what they're saying here is that they couldn't shrink that, or they couldn't compress that port down enough to meet the qualifications of a Unity game on Stadia. So it's due to limitations with Unity on. So this is specific to a large Unity game that's a PC port. And with Stadia, now, what is the solution? What does this mean? Well, like to Storm alluded to, maybe it's an upgrade to the server, which the message to Stadia is, get on that ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Get on that.
We've been on it already. We've been on it. It takes a while. It's not going to happen overnight.
They could be on it. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But get on that, and you're going to see. And they said they're going to revisit in the near future. So you're going. So there's a reason. Look, Rust is making a whole bunch of money everywhere else. We know the Stadia community is small, and we're growing, though, but we're small, and we're not going to provide the biggest amount of money. So they have to be almost there. There has to be either new hardware or a better SDK or whatever's going to fix this issue right around the corner that they know about, in order for them, like Storm said, to keep plugging away at this. So to me, it's a great discussion to have, and there's nothing to really panic about. It's just something to talk about.
And again, there's a key line right here that does imply that it could be, if we are going to listen to that, is with the even with the cut down and compressed Rust build, we were still over Stadia limits. So Stadia is the limitation right there. That's what I'm saying. So that's what makes me think. You see what I'm saying? That's where I got my logic from right there, right? In the near future, we'll revisit. It's kind of adding up to that same timeline, bro. They didn't say further in the future. We'll revisit in the near future. So what's going to change in the near future, y'all?
Exactly.
That's all, man.
No, it's a great point. And think about it. I mean, that is key.
Two good ways to look at it, It's two good ways, because some people want to understand, like you said, what the hell this means. You know what I mean? So I think that's the way the conversation should go,
We'll revisit in the near future. So I think what it was is, and this was probably a coordinated conversation and a great conversation starter in the first place. But I think what happened, Storm, is they said, okay, we, the developers of Rust, we ain't going to play with these people's emotions, Google. We got to let them know that our efforts to bring Rust to Stadia as is has to be rebooted. So we're going to let people know in this thing that it's not going to happen right now. But we're going to explain to them why in the most transparent way that we can, because that's how we operate. Google looked at it, was like, okay, we cool with this. And, Google keeps everything to the vest. So for them to put "we'll revisit in the near future," another thing you got to think about, though, too.
I wonder how many people thought about that. I wonder how many people, and see if you have, just let me know in the chat if you're in the chat right now, if you thought about it. But I wonder how many of us out here in the community and all that, have thought about those lines. Like that line right there. Why would they revisit in the near future, y'all? again, like if it wasn't something that was up and coming, some type of enhancements or whatever, or magical compression or something that could happen, like the new codec. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. Hey, anybody from Stadia, if you're listening to this right now and you know I'm right, just put it in my DM, man, on Twitter at the Nephophiliac. Put it in my DM and just put a smiley face out there if I'm on or something. That's all.
Just give him a nod.
Yeah, just put a little smiley face up there, man.
Here's one more thing that I want to say.
And I will, my bad, I'm going to stop you one more time because I do have Stadia engineers that have followed me. I don't think they're posing to be Stadia engineers. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're engineers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, yeah. Holla at me. Drop that smiley face, y'all.
You know I got to be a jackass, so I'm gonna put this out here too. You know I got to do it. Right. And then when I think we can wrap up, get ready for this after show. Here's my thing, Storm. I know there's a lot of haters that are sitting out there like, oh, damn that Project Storm and damn that MM2K. They always got to come up with they always got to look at the glass half full with Stadia.
Nobody's
damn
talking
you.
Next gen Stadia, none of that. And here they are again.
Yeah, here they are again with that stuff, that crazy, those bastards. Look. But you know what, Storm? They better hope that you're right. Because if you're wrong, and what they mean by near future is next year, then that kills their argument about Stadia's dying in a year or 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because Stadia is just fulfilling current contracts. That kills that whole argument.
Damn, now you just opened up another can
You feel what I'm saying, bro?
In the very near future, Stadia is going to be ticking next month. And
thank you, brother. Thank you.
That's what it's kind of saying.
You see what I'm
this developed. They've had the conversations with. They have the Stadia tech. Obviously, they have access to it. They've tried it. They've worked on it. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me.
Storm. My message to the people is: no matter how you slice it, there are so many interesting developments going on with this platform. Regardless of what anybody else does, Project Storm, MM2K, we're going to be here with y'all for this ride to break it all down for y'all to the best of our ability. But if there are developers out there that feel like they got a better understanding, like Dosage, these are the times that I want to hear from my brother Dosage, where I want Dosage to come in there and be like, you know what I'm saying? So Dosage, if somebody could give a distress call to the brother Dosage, he would have been perfect to break this down for us. But I think that it's a PC port / Unity thing. And I do believe, Storm, that, there is a possibility that it's just a hardware limitation that where Epic can, Unreal can scale down the memory, you know what I'm saying? And Unity can't. But like you said, an upgrade must be around the corner for them to even revisit it. You know what I mean? So something's around the corner.
Man. Yeah, I just want to remind people that I remember the comparisons that was drawn to the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro combined power 10.7. I know some people don't care about teraflops and all that stuff, man, but I'm just saying I use it as a measuring stick. If it was slated to compare with those consoles, then of course they're going to have to upgrade eventually to keep up with the current gen consoles, the Series X and the PS5. I mean, so something has to be moving right now in order for that to happen, y'all. And I've been doing my research, man. I've been reading. I told y'all the AV1 codec has me so damn hype right now that even if it turns out to be a dud, I'm still going to be happy because it was interesting as hell to read the research, everything about this new codec that's coming, y'all, this year. LG TVs that's coming this year, Samsung displays, Microsoft technology as well as the PS5 that's already been slated to do 8K 120 on certain games, y'all. All right. These consoles have already been, it's already been announced. Now, some people might not believe that because of the struggles right now that's happening with the consoles from a hardware perspective, right? But I believe in the tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in the tech, man. So we'll see. Absolutely.
So there you have it. I get there's a lot of people that may be confused or got a lot of angst or you're waiting for the hate and all that other stuff. This wouldn't be it. I mean, I think, again, they spell it out here. They said they spell it out specifically, which this got the smell of A mixture of Stadia PR with, look, man, we just gotta
Yep.
we gotta close this ticket though, Stadia. So we want to get this game on this platform. We're gonna close this ticket, and we gotta explain why we closing this ticket. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be transparent. But what y'all think about this? And it has all, and Stadia makes sure they don't let you put anything in there,
Right.
that you know what I'm saying, that isn't where something else could be derived, is what I'm saying. Like the term near future, somebody from Stadia would have been like, no, take that out there. Just put future in there. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
But while exploring, Rust is a huge game with a lot of assets due to certain Unity limitations and lack of memory saving features such as mesh streaming. Rust uses a large amount of memory.
No, it is definitely a huge game. And I tell you right now, if it does come and there's cross-play integration at all, man, you're talking about a hell of an experience. I'm telling you, I've been following the game on PC. It was janky at times and all that. It needed to be fixed up like every game, its size and all that. But it's in a better state right now. I might check it out. Shit, I might go ahead and grab that.
If I'm Stadia, what I'm doing is like with Outriders, but Outriders team was already jumping all over this because they made it cross play with everybody. I'm making sure that every game that comes to my platform, I got a group of people, those people that I saved from SG&E. Not only are they working on ports, not only are they making games better, but then I might want to pick up a few more people that can help with crossplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think crossplay would just be so big for Stadia this year and next year. Now, maybe after those years, you ain't got to worry about it. You'll see a more robust Stadia community where they can hold their own for their own multiplayer games. But this is different, Storm, from the launch of the Xbox and the Dreamcast. Back in those days, most of the games were not multiplayer online games. So,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? So you could have the same amount of people that's on Stadia right now and it not really be a problem. On a platform like this, in this day and age, it's definitely a problem. Well, I don't want to say it's definitely, but it's definitely a challenge. So crossplay will be key. All right,
I don't know
y'all.
if you've been paying attention to that chat, man. Before I knew you was
But
about
go
to
ahead,
try and
brother.
close it on out. I know we got to do the after show and all that, y'all. But man, I just want to highlight some peoples up in here real quick, man. Twisted Barber in the building, Cody Maloney. All right, we got Rory, Behan. We got Sparrow is here. Sparrow's in the building. I'm confused why it can't come to Stadia, but can come to consoles. Man, good thought. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Who was that said that?
That was Sparrow, right? Almost near the bottom. Yeah,
you must have missed it, Sparrow. I can that part I can tell you. Stadia games are PC ports, so they can only take the PC version, compress it, chop it down the best way that they can. You know what I'm saying? It's not built from the ground up for Stadia like how consoles versions are. So even though the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One is dealing with less memory, right?
Yeah.
They have their versions built from the ground up. The Stadia version is reliant upon the Steam version, the PC version. And that version can only be scaled down but so much in order for it to work on Stadia. That's the problem.
Yeah. Now you got me thinking about this. Do all Stadia games, all right, I know they're Linux based. I mean, they had to do that's what they use in Linux, right? A version of Linux. But Vulkan, though, like that's individual games, right? That's not all. Is it all? Every game needs to run on Vulkan, man. You got me ready to go back to the lab, bro, because I knew this at one point.
That's where we need Dosage. See,
it.
now don't have me telling no lies.
Now, I knew it. I'm gonna do my own research. Watch this.
You got that'd be great. Yeah, but this is the time. Exotic. This is where we Exotic. Where is Exotic at? No, but yeah, that's an interesting point. We gotta look into that, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So then we got Raven in the building, man. Just a few more people, y'all, before we transfer over to this thing. I know Torres is out there, man. Everybody with them green tags, y'all know what it is, man. They've already became members. And remember, 2K, how can you become a member on Stadia?
You can become a member by hitting that join button for the after show. Now, normally, let me break down the tiers for you. There's the dose tier where you'll get the shout out. You see your name. You see the name scrolling at the bottom. If you start off at that tier, you'll be a member you'll get a shout out and you get access to Cloud Gamer Chronicles. If you want access to the shows, the after shows like SSC After Party, Channel Talk, My First Look, you got to be a prescription member or a Sure Shot member. Okay. Now, what does Sure Shot give you? Sure Shot gives you access to all of that content, plus all of our Patreon content for Stadia, and gets you special access to our Stadia War Room Discord. Okay. I also forgot to mention, if you become a member, you also get access to our Discord. But if you want special Stadia War Room access to our Discord, if you want all of our Patreon content that's specific to Stadia, and then you get special chat access when you're a Sure Shot member, then you want to be a Sure Shot. But if you want access to the after party, you got to be either a prescription or a Sure Shot member. It tells you right there. But just hit that join button below. Hit that join button below and become a member. And also, if you want to support the channel, like initiative, I want to thank y'all for initiatives such as getting our brother Doc Dark, 1985, that bundle, and him making headways, and him really, like, he went to the bro Porter Rock and got Porter Rock on there. Now, that's my homie.
Shout out.
Porter Rock was like, yo, you got me rethinking Stadia right now. Porter Rock be battling me to the end about Stadia. Man, Moss, get your crazy butt out of here about some Stadia. And Doc Dark was able to do in one video or two videos what I couldn't do for a year, right? So shout out to him. So us getting him that, the giveaways that we've done, the new revamped stuff that you guys are going to see. It's all made possible because of your support. So if you want to support us, either join or hit that super chat button. We appreciate it so much. It's going to good use. Trust me, me and Storm ain't just taking the super chat and going to Sizzler. You know what I'm saying?
Believe that. Believe it.
We are reinvesting it, and I can't wait. I got to talk to Storm about this. I just talked to somebody that's very instrumental. And
see, you want to let the cat out of the bag, man.
I know. Let me shut up. I'm gonna shut up,
that, bro.
I'm sorry, Storm. Let me shut up. I know.
Always want to let the cat out the bag too early, man. Hey, when it's time, people. When it's time.
When it's time.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with that said, Storm,
what's up?
Because before I run my mouth anymore, let the good people know where they can find you at, good brother.
Hey, you can find me in two places most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Right here on YouTube, y'all. The channel is Project Storm. You know, you can see my logo right there. That's my little avatar. If you see that cloud and everything, man, shout out to Graphic God for hooking that up right there, by the way.
God?
And look for that, y'all. That's how you know it's me. Eventually, I'll migrate to Project Storm Gaming or something like that. But right now, it's just a Storm, y'all. And the Storm is unpredictable. So when you come over there, all the content you're gonna see is gonna be mainly in 4K, up to 4K 60. That's how I like to drop the content for y'all, because more and more people getting devices that can watch it that way. And then here on, over on Twitter, you can find me at the Nephophiliac. And that name I took because it means someone who loves clouds, right? So I went with the Nephophiliac. So you can follow me over there as well, man. People are following every day. And I follow back. That's one thing I will say about myself. I follow back. I don't care who it is. You could be hater number 1, hater number 2. If you follow me, I follow you. Bars.
Charles had a good question. He said, is the after party going to be for the Patreon members? Charles is one of our faithful Patreon contributors. Charles, this is the after party is specific to the membership. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the Sure Shot membership, for those that want that Patreon content, the lyrics to go, all the lyrics to go, the special access, all that stuff.
Man, Charles knows he can get whatever he want in the DM. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you know what I'm saying, Charles, I know, hey, man, look, but we need to figure, we'll discuss that, man. We'll discuss that.
Kessel Brother said, damn it, hit me with the Marshawn Lit Sizzler bit. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, with that said, y'all, thank y'all so much. Y'all can find me in MM2K videos. Stay tuned. I think that, stay tuned to get announcements on what's going to happen with the commission tomorrow. Storm is going to be doing a lot of streaming. I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming. We got a special guest lineup. We got a special guest lineup for the commission, so we might not be doing it tomorrow because they're going to be doing. I just got word from them. They're going to be doing a lot of streaming. So,
oh Lord,
What
Hey, look,
commission's coming back? It's not going, but just there's just a lot of gaming to do. Storm.
there's too much gaming, man. I'm thinking about I got disco fever right now. I might have to pull the trigger on that disco legion. Look, man, the show is so bumping, right? I don't want it to end, man. I swear, but we got to move on over there, y'all.
Yep. So go head on over. Let me do this. For those of you, well, no, just stay tuned. But I'll do this too. Let me drop the link. Let me put here. Link. Oh crap! Why is? Hold on 1 second. There we go. I hate when it does that. Okay.
You pay YouTube, man?
Yeah, I paid them. Link for the after party. This is the link for the after party, but it's going to take you directly there, and you'll be able to view if you are a member. So, let's do the damn thing. Hold on. I got to copy something else because I got to get this ready. And with that said, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.
See y'all.